Freshness.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the Vibe Show, Great Vibes, and inshallah it's a beautiful Wednesday, another new Wednesday of this week. How has your week been so far? Let us know on the comment section. But welcome, beautiful people, to the Vibe Show. And of course, you all know, kama kawaida, every Wednesday we get to talk about mental health, and I get to feature the Brain Campaign. Apparently, this is going to be the last campaign, let's say, for this conversation.
Yeah, this particular conversation.
Exactly. So y'all better let us know how your 8 weeks has been with us. Apparently, it's been 9 weeks because you remember that 1 week we didn't do the show, so we've been here for like 9 weeks. But today is our last conversation for this specific mental health conversation. They call me SH the Money Plans. I'm your captain every Wednesday, or rather every Monday to Friday. I am joined by Mr. Vibez.
Good morning, Shmani.
Oh, you land.
Good morning.
You land.
Good morning, Shmani.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week been amazing.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Okay.
Yeah, just coping.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. I see somebody's on topic.
I know. I've been coping. How has yours been?
Man, mine has been awesome as well. I think this week has been very, I'd say, successful.
Okay.
From a work standpoint, man. I think I've ticked a lot of like the boxes off of my, like I've ticked a lot of boxes of my professional to-do list and stuff. Especially like it's a beautiful feeling when things you thought about like actually come to fruition. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
So I'm super grateful.
Amazing. We last week we were talking about social media, right?
Yeah.
And of course there was a challenge of us taking a social media break. How did you manage with that?
Yeah, man, I've actually opted out of Instagram.
Okay.
I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
But like that was involuntarily, man. I'm a millennial, so sometimes it's just, hey, man, I just have to do a social media detox. But yeah, definitely. Now that you put it on my mind, man, I think I'm gonna carry on.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna kind of go on a social media break. You know what I'm saying? Because it has kind of been good for me, like to kind of be away from like, especially like Instagram, because you find yourself, there's a temptation to scroll all day or procrastinate, especially when it comes to tasks and stuff. So it's definitely been positive for me.
All right.
And like I haven't missed out on any business. If anything, I've actually accomplished a lot of my goals.
Amazing. I didn't manage.
Yeah.
I didn't manage, literally. I've been very active, guys. I'm addicted, and I have to just take that challenge, literally, very soon. Now, today we get to talk about the coping mechanisms and, of course, advocacy when it comes to mental health. What the question that I have for our listeners this morning is, what do you do when you're overwhelmed? You know, what do you do when you go through that mental break? What do you do, or how do you cope? Literally, are you the person who listens to music? Do you the positive ones are listening to music, taking a walk, you know, talking to somebody. Other people hurt themselves, you know, to the extent of other people even, I don't know if suicide is part of the coping mechanism, but we'll come to talk about that. Now today we're just talking about the coping mechanism in mental health and the importance of advocacy. You know, what we've been doing for the past 9 weeks, how has it impacted, and how these conversations impact mental health as a scope itself. And of course, just a summary of the 9 weeks that we have been here. So let me ask you, what are some of the coping mechanisms that you actually
I guess
practice?
You actually I think pain is, like, as in pain is definitely like a teacher. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of a hard way to approach it, but you kind of especially like if you take pain positively, especially and adapt it to your growing mechanism, you tend to adapt proper habits You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First of all, I think you kind of learn that it's not about avoidance. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, a friend of mine told me that the challenge or the impetus on this age is not escaping our problems, but rather it is dealing with our problems. Which is something that that kind of stuck with me. And so you learn journaling. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, yeah, so you learn a bit of journaling. So especially it's very tied to like self-awareness.
Okay.
Because sometimes like with journaling you can kind of do a bit of a self-diagnosis, and also it helps you like keep track of your progress as a person. Also sometimes when I go back in my journals, like when I go back to like stuff that I've written in my journal, in my diary, man, I find, man, I'm pretty smart, you know what I'm saying? Because like, as in there's a capacity to like kind of also put yourself down as a person and stuff. But when you journal, like it kind of helps with your self-reflection, like because you usually pull from a deep place for the most part, especially when you have to commit things to paper. And like from reading that, you kind of get a glimpse of your mind and like as in what it is you can achieve. So there's journaling, of course, there's exercise, man. I don't think there's a substitute for like exercise in the mental health equation, you know, especially like because prioritizing your health is so essential. You know what I'm saying? So I guess kind of like implementing a routine of exercise, you know what I'm saying, so that your body is also like, because I think a lot of times you'll find that a lot of our issues to do with mental health have things to do with the stamina. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, exercise kind of helps build endurance from where I'm standing, you know what I'm saying. So I think exercise is no substitute for exercise, because exercise deals with your entire body, because like we said, it's a mind, body, soul thing, you know, mind, body, spirit thing. So like as in you have to get all those three factors in alignment in order to be a balanced human being. So like as in there's no substitute for exercise and actually getting your body in line with where your mind is, and your mind in tune with where your spirit is. There's also definitely positive relationships, especially like accountability partners, you know what I'm saying, because we had a conversation about, we had an AA conversation last time, you remember? And they showed the importance of like accountability partners. If you've taken the spiritual journey, there's things like spiritual direction, you know what I'm saying, prayer groups and things of that nature. So definitely positive relationships and friendships, you know what I'm saying? Prioritizing relationships that build you rather than take you down, you know what I'm saying? And then also I'm looking at it from the perspective of like environmental factors and stuff, also like the type of stressful situations, you know what I'm saying? So a coping mechanism is your ability also to assess the threat level, especially like as in assess where you are, your environment. Is this environment conducive to my mental health journey? And having the mental awareness, you know, to like escape, to get out of situations and environments that don't help you in any way, shape or form. So that's a good coping mechanism. Yeah, of course there's a bit of nutrition as well, which also ties into the health equation. Yeah, but more than anything else, like I really do go back to, it's the self-awareness thing, you know what I'm saying, understanding your limits as well, you know what I'm saying, especially like when it comes to certain activities and stuff. Because okay, I'll tell you this for free, and I'm not encouraging anyone, I hope no one is taking this any other way than what it's meant to be, but like, so I've seen people who like by being able to integrate, to work through the entirety of their mental health process, they've been able to go back to like a certain level of socialization. So like this guy went through a mental break, maybe because of like alcohol or drugs and things of that nature. But because they went through the process properly, they took their medicine, they exercised and everything else, they were able to go back to, you know what I'm saying, to partake in social activities that maybe included drinking and stuff. But that being said, there needs to be like an understanding of your limits. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like people tend to romanticize the life that they used to live. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to something yesterday, and they were talking about how people like you used to be an alcoholic or something, and then you quit. And then at some point you romanticize, you know, back in the day, man, we used to have such a riotous time, but you forget all the chaos that the alcohol caused you. You know what I'm saying? And you want to go back, forgetting all the hard work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big advocate for like moving on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like once you've gotten out of a hole, like as in you in your logical mind, I don't feel like it even serves you to go right back in the hole. Like now I've got a shovel and stuff and I can dig myself out of a hole. No, you know what I'm saying? Moving forward, but like basically, just understanding. I think it touched back that awareness of who you are and where you stand in the grand scheme of things is very important. You know what I'm saying? And that's an important coping mechanism because it helps you like navigate the complexities of life, as it were. Yeah.
All right. Personally, how do I cope? I cry.
You cry.
I don't know if it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, it's an outlet, though.
Yeah, like I cry, and then as I cry, I always feel better.
Okay.
I don't know. Like if it's really overwhelming, I just cry, and then I start. Like my first reaction would be crying.
Yeah.
First, before I start now. Okay, now I think I'm always in denial, like it's happened to me. And then I cry and let it out, and then now I start looking for solutions. Like now, what next? You know, now after the crying, I've accepted it is what it is. So what are we going to do about it? Am I still going to be in this kind of toxic space, or am I still going to feel disappointed? That is still one of mine. Okay, and I feel like talking for women, it's easier talking to somebody. Like I think we talked about it in one of the topics of how for women it's easier to talk about stuff than men. You know, something will bother me, I'll just come and yap to Chris. I don't care if she's gonna give me a solution. I don't care if I'm just gonna say it, like but they jana or something like that, you know. And then after the conversation, with or without, I just feel like I've let it out, and for me that really helps me so much with my coping mechanism. I think also like there's also importance of family. The role of family in your coping mechanism, it's really important. I've seen that happen. Sometimes when I'm going through stuff, I just need to call my moms. I don't know how you guys do it, but I talk to my sister, I talk to my brother, you know. And I feel like you just need an environment where you're safe. Even if it is friendship, even if it's relationship, people that make you feel safe. And then you just talk to them about whatever is happening, that overwhelming stuff. I think it goes back to support groups, right? Having like a supportive system or supportive relationship or a supportive partner who would definitely listen to you without judging. Of course, working out helps a lot. Music has actually helped me. I don't know how people do it, but personally, I listen to a lot of music. Like every music, like sometimes I wake up super low, right? And then I'm like, oh, I need just to feel you know, so I go to music that makes me feel energized. Back then I used to listen to, like, if I want energy, I'll go to drill songs. Like if I want and then I just listen to like tag songs, and I'm like, I just think by the time I'm done, I'm just like that. When I want to calm down, I listen to meditating songs, like just calm music, you know. And then I do activities that make me feel at calm. For me, cooking helps a lot. So I feel like when I cook, even when I'm stressed, after cooking, listening to music, going through all that process has helped me cope. But entirely for me, I think my top 3 would be basically talking to people, getting an outlet, and doing whatever makes you feel at ease. I think those are my coping mechanisms. But I want to ask you another question.
Yeah.
All right. My question would be, how do you know because I would say mine, right? And somebody would be like, no, that's not it. Or somebody, you'd feel like, oh, I'm trying to cope with whatever is happening, and I feel like it's positive, but sometimes some coping mechanisms are negative.
Yeah.
You know, how do you know that your coping mechanisms, or at what extent do you realize that my coping mechanisms are not healthy to me as a person?
Wow. Okay. So I guess there is no way to kind of,
because like somebody would be like, let me go drink alcohol, you know, or let me do something. Like some are not super healthy. Like
I kind of feel like because like not okay.
Yeah.
I'd put it to you this way.
Okay.
If it's tied to like your neuroses.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm depressed.
Yeah.
If it doesn't deal with the problem, like it gives you an easy way out, it's probably not a good coping mechanism. Is that, do you understand that?
Okay. Elaborate more.
Like it doesn't deal with the problem at its root. So like I had a fight with my dad, and then I went drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as in, it didn't deal with the root of the problem, which was like your fight with the dad, you know.
But you know, that minute you feel like,
yeah, definitely, like as in it helps you escape, but like has it solved the problem in any way? If anything, it's kind of like added to your problems, because you're probably gonna have an adverse reaction either with your friends or with your parent, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, like a good coping mechanism is one that prioritizes kind of like getting to the root of the problem, because I feel like at some level we're all naturally fixers, and that's why like we tend towards like self-medication and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of want to self-medicate, sometimes you want to treat your own problems. So I do feel like if your coping mechanism kind of prioritizes first taking a step back and understanding like the understanding, it prioritizes first getting to the root of the problem. What's the issue here?
okay,
And then dealing with it.
but
That's
you know,
a good coping
some people
mechanism.
would say vice versa, like, and look at it from a perspective of, I'm trying to get distracted, not avoid it. You know, and then there is that perspective.
Or to gain some perspective.
Yeah, so somebody would say, you know, is distraction a healthy mechanism, or are you avoiding it? You know,
Like
when you talk about like, hey, I feel like, because I remember I would feel like when I used to smoke, I would feel some type of way, and I feel like when nilikuwa nasikia nimejazwa na hasira, and then I would take a cigarette. And then I'll just calm down. Like I don't know if it is the highness that made me just chill. The whatever, like, the cigarette. You know, cigarette has what is it called?
Nicotine.
Yeah, but what's the name?
What, the rush?
The rush.
Head rush.
Yeah, the head rush. You know, maybe it's the head rush that makes your nervous system calm down. You know, and stuff. But I used to feel like, hasira imeisha. Unajua, but the first thing, like, natetemeka, nimejam, niko na hasira, the first thing I think about, I need the CD, you know. And let me just smoke and then you realize you're calm. Some people also look at it, of course some people look at it from a perspective of even intercourse. You know, they're like, I'm so stressed, let me go have sex. And then boom, does it solve? Has it helped you calm down? Is it positive? Like, did it help you calm down at that moment? Or like, I'm just trying to avoid the real situation.
It's avoidance, because like, as in, I feel like it's an impractical way of dealing with this situation. If you ask me. Because like, I think even like commonplace wisdom usually tells you, like, as in, you don't drink when you're sad or something. I've had something like that. And things of that nature. I kind of feel like, how practical is it that every time you get mad now, you have sex? You know what I'm saying?
It helps at that situation.
It's not. I don't feel like. I feel like a good solution would prioritize getting to the root of the problem and solving it. You know what I'm saying? Because even somebody who's smoking, who's taking a cigarette break, they're basically doing it to kind of take a step back, you know what I'm saying, and gain some perspective, some leverage, because it's about gaining leverage. on your problem, you know what I'm saying? You've got to go up on your problem sometimes. And in order to go up, you need to mellow out. You know what I'm saying? So like a good coping mechanism is one that kind of prioritizes, like it costs you the least. Like if you ask me, you know what I'm saying? Even as a rule of business, just look at it in terms of like in business, right? Business people usually go to, like when they're producing something to take to market, they go for the most inexpensive thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it maximizes the profit. You know what I'm saying? So think of your body, think of yourself right now as a business, and your mental health as a business, right? There's very costly alternatives, you know what I'm saying? There's very costly inputs. Now the inputs are the mechanisms that you want to use, either sex or the cigarettes, right? They're very costly, okay? And then you have this inexpensive solution, which is maybe like taking a breath, you know what I'm saying? Taking time to pause, like leaving the hot situation and kind of taking time to kind of pause and think about this situation in the grand scheme of things, you know what I'm saying, before you actually react. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most inexpensive one, if you ask me, you know what I'm saying, from a common sense perspective. Of course, life is very real, you know what I'm saying, especially like when somebody...
Therapy is not also cheap.
Yeah, when somebody comes at you, like, and they're being super aggressive, you know what I'm saying, like your first reaction is usually, it's either fight or flight, you know what I'm saying, like, and like for the most part, you know what I'm saying, and of course fight or flight also is not like a long-term solution, you know what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, for the most part, like life is not always gonna be like in your face, unless maybe you're in prison or something, which is okay, kind of unfortunate and things of that nature. But like people are not gonna always be in your space, you know what I'm saying. It's important for you at the beginning is to prioritize that self-awareness, you know what I'm saying. Prioritize self-awareness and be able to get yourself back to a place of balance. You know what I'm saying, before you react to situation. Especially like if you're coming from a place where like maybe you went through a mental break or things of that nature, you have enough foresight. Especially it comes with being proactive with your problem, you know what I'm saying. You understand, okay, so I'm usually triggered by this, you know what I'm saying. That's part of being proactive, you know what I'm saying. Journaling and all that stuff, it ties together. So you kind of understand, okay, so this triggers me, you know what I'm saying. You've assessed your situation, you know your dad comes at you at a certain time of the morning, you know what I'm saying, and you learn how to navigate. Because if you navigate your situation positively, you know what I'm saying, there's more of a high. You know what I'm saying. It's a harder thing to do, definitely, you know what I'm saying, to take a step back and pause and just breathe. And not just run and pick up a cigarette or go have sex or drink alcohol, you know what I'm saying. But like if you do the hard thing, for the most part, in my personal experience, I found that by doing the hard thing, you usually, like, there's more, it's a bigger win. You know what I'm saying. It's a bigger win for you. Costs you a lot less, and it's a bigger win in the long term, because you get to kind of pat yourself on the back. Because when you look back at how you reacted to a situation, especially because that usually happens when something happens to you, when you assess your reaction to a situation later on, if you had a positive reaction to a situation, you're gonna feel better, and it's going to compound the positive gains that you're making. But if you have a negative reaction, it compounds into guilt, you know what I'm saying. So like for example, I had a fight, I went and smoked a cigarette, and I'd quit cigarette, you know what I'm saying. I'll feel guilty, it's gonna cause me to feel terrible again, and then this guilt is gonna make me make another terrible decision. It compounds both ways, you know what I'm saying. So a positive reaction compounds into positive gains, and a negative reaction compounds into negative gains. That's according to me.
Okay, so
that's me being a hard ass.
You talked about of course one of the coping mechanisms would be like studying your environs. You know, the people who just don't know that. You know, somebody is like in a very toxic friendship, toxic relationship, toxic environs, like is messing with their mental health. And then the first thing is maybe they run into drugs or doing something that is actually also toxic to their health, you know, and stuff like that. How do you help that kind of person? Because they can't actually see it. You know, it's hard for them to actually study. You say, okay, they'll study, they'll know, because hata ukimwambia kuna tu mtu mgumu aelewi, unaomba this is not healthy, this does not work for you, this type of friendship, this type, it's not, you know. How do you help them identify, or does it come like, hey, I'm on your face, or how do you deal with that type of situation?
I kind of feel like, okay, in this day and age, we're blessed to live in an information age. You know what I'm saying? It comes with being awareness. Like, right now, like, there's no shortage of, like, inspiration. There's no shortage of information available to you, especially. And, like, I think, okay, maybe short of being, like, maybe illiterate, deaf, or, like, mental impediment or things of that nature, there's no shortage of information, no shortage of help, you know what I'm saying, that you can get even within your community. Right now, like, mental health is a huge priority, you know what I'm saying. Like, there's people who are dedicated, people like the Brain Campaign, who are dedicated to the cause of mental health and offering information that can arm you with the specific tools, you know what I'm saying. Like, right now there's Google, you know what I'm saying, there's ChatGPT, you have access if you're in a situation where you feel, because at the end of the day, you know, it boils down to instinct, you know, at the same time, because, like, you have to understand that, like, you have to be, if you're in a situation and you don't feel, and there's a way, like, as in, if this situation doesn't make you feel good, you know what I'm saying, your first reaction is to want to fix this situation, you know what I'm saying. Even if, like, maybe it's a toxic situation where, like, as in, somebody is very abusive and they're beating you, and you're looking for ways to, like, excuse yourself for going to justify them and go back. Like, there's no shortage of information you can read, you know what I'm saying. And the more you arm yourself with information, like, the less you become deceived about your situation. How I see it is, like, the more information you take in about your problem, about your situation, the less and less deception can occur within your situation, and eventually it's gonna happen. Like, if you're one of those people who catches on quickly, you're gonna catch on.
I'm saying, okay, like, I'm talking about now those people who don't. Like,
they don't care what?
They don't know how to read the environment.
Oh, they don't know how to read between the lines.
Yeah, they don't know, like it has to, lazima ikuwe, like, the worst has happened for them
to learn.
And then maybe the worst can even lead to death.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to conversations like maybe GBV and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, because I was having this conversation, I think I talked to you, and I've had this conversation with a lot of women who have gone through GBV, right? And most of the time they talk about how they don't walk out first, on the first slap or on the first beating. It takes 7 times for them to wake up and say and walk away, and that's really sad. And then you have a conversation with them, you ask them, why are you still there? Like, what makes you be in that type of environment? And it's like, I'm doing it for the kids. Oh, you know, you won't understand marriage, you've never been married. Oh, there's just always some sort of excuses. And then some of them maybe get out lucky without death, but there are others that end up dying or end up wrecked for life. Like, they carry trauma and they carry it to the next generation and to the people around them, and it becomes a really huge.
Yeah, because there are manipulators, and, like, at the same time, because it's not happening in a vacuum. There's a victim, and there's the person who's perpetrating the abuse, for the most part, right? If you look at conversations like, hey, I need to talk to a therapist, right? Why do you think a lot of people don't take that option? Why do you think a lot of people don't take that option of, like, talking to somebody? Nah, it's culture. It's a cultural thing.
Like, hey, it's expensive.
It's a cultural thing. Like, like as in people don't trust people. Like I told you, people a lot of times people don't trust other people to help them out of their situation. You know what I'm saying? Like you always feel like at the end of the day, it's a okay. Sorry to do this again.
Okay.
Like I lean on the church always,
Yeah.
but like it's a pride thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a pride thing. So like you feeling like, yeah, pride is tied, for the most part, like pride is tied to a lot of like pitfalls in like humanity. And I'm not talking about pride like ego and you know what I'm saying, being proud as a pride of lions or something like that, but I'm talking about pride when it comes to like your problems. You know what I'm saying? Like the ability to assess your own faults. You know, there's a lot of things that humility can win. You know what I'm saying? Your ability to actually sit down with yourself and listen sometimes and be like, okay, maybe I don't have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't have all the answers, because that's like even in like AA programs and things of that nature, the first thing you do, the first step you take is usually a step of surrender, isn't it? You surrender to a higher power, or you surrender to God. And that takes humility, because you have to like actually sit down and realize that I don't have the answers to my problems. You know what I'm saying? But like if you're operating from a place of pride, that's never gonna be you. You're never gonna be able to like sit down and actually like think to yourself like, I don't have all the answers, maybe I might need some help. You're always gonna be like, oh, I can fix this person. You know what I'm saying? I can fix this person. Or a lot of times when you're dealing with an aggressive manipulator, if this person is beating you or things of that nature, you're subconsciously working towards revenge against this person. You know what I'm saying? Your pride, you're like, okay, like I'll get back in here so that like as in if a window of opportunity comes at me, like I'll destroy this person. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, so like pride is at the root of a lot of these issues that face us. You know what I'm saying? And it's important first of all to address issues for what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like kind of understanding that like as a human being you're flawed. You know what I'm saying? You don't, it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? If something bad has happened to you also, you know what I'm saying? It's sometimes it's not even your fault. Like as in because someone wants to hold on to pain, oh, I'm a bad person, you know what I'm saying, that's why this is happening to me. But for the most part, no. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? No one deserves abuse. No one deserves all those things. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's important to understand that you live within a community. You're not in a vacuum. You know what I'm saying? God forbid maybe you get kidnapped or something like that. But like for the most part, a lot of us are not in a vacuum. You know what I'm saying? There's places you can go. There's places you can take your problems. You know what I'm saying? It's not such a bad thing to sometimes also lean on someone else's, you know, to lean on someone else's insight into your situation to kind of help understand, because you understand a very small portion of what your problem is. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem that bedevils a lot of us. A lot of us are like armchair psychologists, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you know everything there is to know and there's no way to help you. But that's not the truth, man. You have very little perspective. Okay. Somebody walking from the street could have more perspective on your issue than you do. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's about like kind of just letting that little bit of pride go. Okay. Yeah, man, and accepting things for what they are. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually remedy it. I don't know if that helped anyone.
Yeah, I guess so. Just my last question.
Yeah.
On the coping mechanism, as I let you take over on the next conversation, which is advocacy.
Yeah.
And it would be Have you ever been in situations, I don't know if this has happened to you or has happened to people, because you just feel some type of, you don't feel okay,
yeah.
but you don't know how to, you're overwhelmed, but you don't know how to explain.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
What can somebody do?
Like,
You
when
know,
you're overwhelmed?
when they feel overwhelmed,
yeah.
but they don't know how to explain.
Yeah, so
How they're feeling.
an inability to articulate emotions.
Yeah, like they just overwhelmed, they just not okay. Probably they don't know, even if they go to a therapist, they don't know what to tell this
they don't know
therapist.
how to
Even if they
articulate.
want to talk to somebody, they don't know what am I gonna tell my friend, you know? But I'm feeling some type of way. What are the best, how do they deal with it?
Okay, if you ask me,
Yeah.
that could be like, that's a journaling problem. You know what I'm saying? So like, with journaling, what happens is like because you, like you said it, you hit the nail on the head. It's about articulating your problem. You're having a problem articulating your issue. So like, it helps to kind of write down what you're feeling. As stupid as it sounds, you know what I'm saying? To kind of write down what the emotion is, kind of try and put a finger on it. Like, so reflect on it, and then write down what comes to mind constantly. And then over time, like, I feel like insight can develop, or you can give it to somebody who actually understands what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And they can articulate it for you. But yeah, I guess that's just an issue with, articulation. Sometimes, especially like, because humans, let me take a step back again.
Okay.
So humans deal with like complex emotions all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're not always going to feel. You're not always going to You're not always going to understand how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You're not always going to understand your reactions to things and stuff. And I kind of feel like it's very important also to kind of give yourself a bit of grace, you know what I'm saying, to learn these things, you know what I'm saying. So it's the first thing, maybe it's the first time you're encountering yourself as a person, you know what I'm saying. And there's something to be said about like taking a step back and actually understanding what it is that you need to, like, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you're processing, taking time to process your emotions, especially like when you're overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Usually like, as in the simplest remedies for me have always worked the best. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, kind of like gaining perspective on what your issue is. Exactly. Yeah, man. Taking time, processing. Yeah, processing is very important. I would bring in an expert on that, especially like, because like I kind of feel like the depth of what I was trying to articulate there also. I'm dealing with a few complex emotions.
Alright.
But I found that like taking time to like pause and think. So like I found this handy too. Like I told you, there's no shortage of inspiration. This is all stuff that I've seen on YouTube. But so it says writing helps you learn how to think. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know how to think, but I just know
people just assume that they're just like this brilliant genius that just creates things in their mind.
Yeah.
Like a thought just comes like a lightning bolt and you have the entirety of it. Like for the most part, a lot of us are not blessed with like that
Because
insight.
I know one thing about spiritually meditating.
Yeah.
Like writing is one of the strongest way of meditation.
Yeah.
You know, like when you want something to happen to you.
Yeah.
Or when like for me it actually works, and somebody can say it's bad, but like if I'm feeling some type of, if I want something to happen to me, or maybe I want to do, let's not say even to do, I want this type of thing to happen to me.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. I write it down.
Yeah.
After writing it down, I either burn it or I flash it.
Okay.
And trust me, like I write like it's that day. Like for example, if I want it on Wednesday, or if I want it by Friday, or even today, like the power of writing, I know that has always worked for me a lot of times. Like I just sit down and say, I want this to happen, this, just communicating in the way that I understand myself, you know, and it happens like the exact same thing and even better, you know. And when you look at it, you're like, oh, the power of just, you know, writing down stuff. I didn't know that it actually helps you, you know, but I know it's one of the most strongest means or ways of meditation.
Yeah, man.
Like that.
Like poets, like a lot of, like for me when I was going through like my worst like traumatic episodes, like when I was healing, when like I stopped escaping, when I stopped drinking to escape, and I was going through the worst of it, like I read a lot of poetry, and it kind of helped me articulate my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like I came across this book of poetry at home, and like I just started reading through, and like it's important to read, man. You know what I'm saying? People really downplay that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, like the pen is mightier than the sword, because like as in somebody who has written a book, has taken time to write a book, has distilled the essence of their inspiration, you know what I'm saying, over a long period of time. Some people write books for 30 years. Can you imagine like how much perspective that person has gained, and then they've distilled it and they've given it to you. So like when you read, you gain the benefits of that insight that this person like had to, you know what I'm saying, like really mind themselves for that information. And what happens is at the end of the like, as in when I read the poetry, I was able to understand my emotions a lot better. I was able to articulate them. It inspired me to write, because I'm naturally a writer. So what it did is it inspired me to become an even better writer. It expanded my range of emotion and expression. So I was able to kind of like now write out things that before were out of reach for me. Because a lot of these things, you know what I'm saying, you know what they say about black people, you wanna hide something from them. Yeah, but it's true, like as in the more reading I've done, the better I've become at being a human being. Because this thing, you need a teacher, man. You know what I'm saying? And a teacher is not like some weird ass shaman on top of a mountain or something. It's inspiration is here. It's ready for you. So you're the author of your life. You know what I'm saying? So you need to actually take time to kind of journal your journey through life, and then that can become a tool of reflection, because reflection is very important. It's very important to look back on yourself and see how far you've come, so that you can understand where you're going. So like I think it's a journaling problem, especially when you're overwhelmed by emotion. Add journal, if you ask me. But of course, and seek help, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, because like it's true, like, but I'll go back to it, man. I'm sorry, but like simple remedies are very important. If journaling isn't doing it for you, talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Work out.
Work out. Like seek out the simple solution before you go into the complex solution. You know what I'm saying?
Because somebody was telling me one thing. You'll force somebody to rehab. They would come out worse. And then I wanted to, it always disturbed me. I was like, mbona wanatokaga wakiwa worse? And then I was like, it didn't come from within. You know, they were forced. Those people who have gone to rehab and have said, I am tired and I need help, because the first step of healing is acceptance, you know. They tend to heal completely. But if you're forced to go in there and you haven't reached that point of like, hey, I want a new turn in my life, or hey, I'm messing, or this is gonna kill me someday, you know, you find they just go there for the sake of being there, because the family put them, and they come back. Now they compensate for the times that they were not you know, partaking whatever addiction they had.
Yeah, they relapse almost to death, right?
You know, like really worse. And you're like, man, you know, it doesn't help. I think it just helps. It just has to be from within. That's my perspective. But could you take us to advocacy? Mental health advocacy.
So like for the longest time, I'll start with a funny story. So for the longest time, like as in you've been watching it in movies and stuff, and like they were kind of making fun of like mental health advocacy. So they'd position a guy like myself. So picture me as like a Justin Bieber guy.
Okay.
You know, do I look like Justin Bieber? Okay. Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
So like what happens is like they position this guy and he's on a run of like this person, their fame is failing.
Okay.
And because their fame is failing, like as in what's an easy thing that we can position this person in, what's an easy platform that we can position this person in to help them, you know what I'm saying, to help them get back. And mental health is like the easiest place, you know what I'm saying, is the easiest place to actually, because everybody's talking about mental health, everybody's thinking about mental health right now. And like as in, you know what I'm saying, it's an easy way to like get a few bucks and stuff, to earn a few dollars, you know what I'm saying, and get rich and stuff. I will tell you this, like I feel like more than ever, like now more than ever, there is a need for like help with mental health. You know why? Because I kind of feel like we're navigating new territory when it comes to like the mental health landscape. And here we're going back because we're on a Pan-African radio station for Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like we're dealing with a whole new range of complex issues.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That like we've never come across before. I know, like as in, because I kind of feel like the problem we've had, especially like as in with the mental health conversation in Africa, has been we've been using insights from like the Western world, you know what I'm saying, to kind of like diagnose ourselves, you know what I'm saying. But like I kind of feel like the mental health issue for an African, it can be totally different, you know what I'm saying, because of like we're dealing with like different environmental factors, you know what I'm saying, we're dealing with a whole different range of complex issues, you know what I'm saying. And to kind of put it to kind of like just like as in put us in one basket and throw us there, it's kind of what is it? It's kind of reductive to do that, because I kind of feel like we like as in that's kind of like putting the entire summation of our experiences within this little box of like Western philosophy and Western psychology, you know what I'm saying. I kind of feel like we need more experts in this field, because they will help us understand what exactly, because like we need to understand what the hell is going on the ground. We need to find the realities, you know what I'm saying. I actually wish more people called in here, if I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying, and gave us their perspectives, you know what I'm saying, and offered expert insights. And yeah, man, like
cause like they be commenting though.
Yeah, we've been called a podcast, but like I really wanted this to be a talk show more than anything else, you know what I'm saying, because like I know like a podcast is the way to like kind of brand us, but like the Brain Campaign is more, I feel like it's more than a podcast. You know, it's not really a podcast. We're actually like using inspiration to like kind of chart the course for what conversation is going to be, you know what I'm saying. It's a, what is it? It's not a think tank. What's the other thing that you tell me? Give me a word.
Of what?
Shmani. A word for like it's an incubator. You know, for lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of trying to create new conversations around mental health. You know what I'm saying? That was the essence of what we were
and that's what I'm
trying to do.
saying. And if you look at it from a perspective of now this 9 weeks we've been here, we've had counselors, right? Different counselors. We've collaborated with different mental health companies, right? Even the ones that deal with alcohol and you know that. We've collaborated with the Shauri Wellness, and the call-ins have been like minimal, but they've been like comments on our conversation, on the short conversations we've been posting. You see somebody having a comment and giving their perspective of and it makes you, because you've been open and we've been open. It's an open talk show, you know, where everybody has their right to actually come and talk and say how they feel, or let's have a broader conversation of what is happening in the mental health space, right, together. And then it makes you realize that a lot of people still don't believe, you know, which is super sad, that mental health conversations need to be had. A lot of people haven't actually loaded that not mentally okay to an extent where they'd actually decide, hey, not gonna work. A lot of mental health conversations are skipped. You know,
it's a pride thing.
But you look at it from a perspective of this is affecting us in the society every day of our lives. But like people haven't. However much people say, people are now open enough to talk about it. There's still that perspective of people are still closed enough not to feel comfortable talking about it. You know, and that's why advocacy for mental health is still not a major conversation as it should be.
And it's more than a cash grab. You know what I'm saying? That being said, like as in, I kind of feel like us as a society, we tend to trivialize. We tend to put all these things into a box of like making money. You know what I'm saying? Which is like the absolute wrong way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody who gets into a space where they're kind of like they're doing something for the community, the money shouldn't be a priority. You know what I'm saying? At first, you know what I'm saying? Like I kind of feel like you should at your heart genuinely want to help people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you make it about money, you're kind of you're taking away from the work of countless people who from the goodness of their heart volunteered, given up their lives. You know what I'm saying, to offer something good to society. You know what I'm saying? It's an issue that Kenya deals with a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it causes people in the space, the real deal, to not be taken seriously. Like, madhao watu wanatafuta pesa, si tunajua watu wa NGO. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the conversation, and that downplays what it is, the work that you can do. Because even that guy who's hustling for money, using a CBO or an NGO or whatever, and no offense to anybody here and stuff, I'm just talking in general. Like anybody who's in that space, even that person, do you know the amount of research or the amount of school that they have to go through just to get in the door? You know what I'm saying? In a CBO space. You know what I'm saying? So there's work there, you know what I'm saying? And if you'd ask them for their research material, you'd find like there's a ton of work and research that they've done. You know what I'm saying? It's just maybe that they're going about it the wrong way, and they're kind of placing every bit of their stock in money. But the thing is, like, we need spaces, because the first thing that we need to deal with is accessibility. Access to mental health infrastructure for everybody. You know what I'm saying? People need to be helped out of their issues, man. People need a way, outlets for their issues. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about just like NGOs, because NGOs are at the top. They are the apex of the ladder, right? Like that's the corporatized structure. Like as in, those are people who can deal with complex computations and like create a whole infrastructure around it. But like at the ground level, we need to prioritize safe spaces, you know what I'm saying, where people can actually have real conversations. You know what I'm saying? You know, we need to normalize we need to stop normalizing homosexuality that much, and start to normalize like actually having real conversations about our mental health. I thought about having sex with a baby. I'm joking, but like I should be able to know that like I'm not my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to have places where I can unpack. I can unpack thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts that like as in like thoughts, and understand how to navigate my thoughts, because we have a tendency to kind of lock people in cages for divergent thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the norm. You know what I'm saying? But like society is breaking all around us. The old structures can no longer sustain us. You know what I'm saying? And in order for people, for us to secure our futures, we need to create infrastructure around the new complexities. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn how to handle the new complexities, so that people have enough of a springboard to jump into whatever futuristic stuff they're trying to build. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the mind should be the least of your worries. Like in a perfect world, I feel like we should be so good at handling mental health and stuff that the mind becomes the least of the worries for an African person. A person living in Africa, growing up in Africa, their mind is the least of their worries, because they are covered. You know what I'm saying? And they're not just covered from a theoretical standpoint, because we tend to theorize too much, but they're covered also like from an infrastructural standpoint. People have invested their money, their time, their resource into creating platforms, you know what I'm saying, services, and I don't know, infrastructure around their mental health. You know what I'm saying? So like the more advocates there are, even if you are shamba or whatever, like as in whatever opinions, like as long as you're contributing to the mental health landscape, I feel like you should be allowed to do something to contribute.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How do we challenge the stigma behind mental health? You know, the stigma behind conversations like, if you ask for help, you're weak. If you talk about stuff, kuna mama. You know, there's a lot of stigmatization that comes with the mental health. How do we challenge that?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I told you, like as in we're dealing with like in the current time we're dealing with identity. You know what I'm saying? Like issues of identity. So like as in who am I to myself, and who am I within the collective whole. You know what I'm saying? Once we gain like a firm grasp of who we are in that context, I think we can start to kind of make a walk towards like unpacking everything that's going on like in society, because it's a personal problem. I think mental health is as much as a personal problem as it is a societal problem. You know what I'm saying? And we need to understand the dynamics of how that operates. You know what I'm saying? How much of this is my problem and how much of this is the community's problem to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Once we have a firm grasp on that, like I think we can start to kind of have those types of conversations. Yeah, man. But I'm definitely a work in progress. As well. So, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody said I should definitely have this conversation. When does staying positive become toxic positivity? Does that exist?
Toxic positivity?
Yeah, like when does staying positive become toxic positivity?
Hey, can you have too much positivity? Man, okay, that's a difficult question, because at the same time, like, super positive people are corny.
What do you mean?
They seem inauthentic, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because like I told you, it's an identity issue. Like with us, like with people, it's usually an identity. So if someone is always upbeat and happy, hey man, they fake. You know what I'm saying? Someone is a Christian, that person must be, you know what I'm saying? Like sex the person must be having sex or something. You must be doing something terrible behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying? There's a bit of skepticism. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. But
because I feel personally when I look at it from this perspective, like you're the life of the party, right? Every time people you're like, you're that person, you're never sad, always having a good time, like, hey, like a beautiful soul. Sometimes I always feel like these are the people that go through a lot, and they're trying to
mask that,
to mask it, and I'm not saying all of them. Some people are genuinely just happy people. There are some that they're masking so that you don't even, because like unashanganga alikuwa na go through this shit, man, and we didn't even notice. Unajua like unashtukianga somebody committed suicide, ukimwangalia a very happy soul. There are always those people that people used to love, care for. You never even thought they were going through. You couldn't even imagine they're going through that shit. Or whatever they were going through to make them be that type of person. So I always feel like it can be used as also like an escape mechanism.
It's a mask.
Some people use it as a mask. You know, and I feel like you know yourself. It goes back to, personally I feel like it goes back to being self-aware of yourself as a person. Because one thing, I'd lie to you. But I can't lie to the person I see in the mirror. That's me, you know. Deep down, I know myself. Like when I'm lying, I know. When I'm faking, I know. You know, when I'm doing whatever, I know I can't lie to myself. So if you're self-aware of who you are and where you are mentally, because I always ask people, personally, I don't like asking people, how are you? I always ask, where are you mentally? And it shocks people, by the way, so much. Like, I don't know why, because I'm like, it's supposed to be like that, right? I'm sad. Like, how are you? Everybody keeps saying, I'm good. I'm good, but where are you mentally, you know? We need to kind of expand the dictionary of... So that people can actually be real about how they feel. I'm sad. Like, how are you? And you've been crying. I'm good. You know, how are you? And you
they don't want to be... It's a pride. It ties back to the pride thing.
Some, yes, but also like normalizing it. You know, if we actually normalize to say I'm not okay, I think it helps in the conversation, you know. And if like I was telling you just a little bit of the escape mechanism, right? And how people and if you know who you are as a person and you understand yourself, you'll never lie to yourself. So even if you're the life of the party, you know, you're this positive person, I'm good, everything is gonna be okay. But deep down, you know, everything is not okay. You deal with it. So for me, I feel like that's when you know it's toxic. Like deep down, you know, I'm just using it as a mask, but I'm not good. You know, then that's positive. That's negative for me. Negative or toxic positivity. If that even exists, I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah, man. I wish we had right now. I just realized, like, I wish we had an old person on this show to kind of share perspective. Because at the same time, I kind of feel like, as young people, we're all kind of like taking stabs in the dark. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one to advise you on like what the broad spectrum of mental health is, you know what I'm saying? And stuff. And I kind of feel like it's important to kind of like, as in, there definitely is a place for, you know what I'm saying, wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but again, at the end of the day, you do it to your capacity. Because if we keep on saying and making excuses and being that, hey, we need this and this and this, we'll always be needing this type of people. When I say we need therapists, not everybody can be a therapist, right? And it's not also easy to access this therapist. You know, and of course there's also this perspective of therapy is expensive, you know. And even people say it like, hiyo ni wadosi ndio uendeaka, unaelewa, lakini kweli ni wadosi pekee ndio wanapitianga hizi mental health issues, sio, unaelewa? So I feel like however, like if you can do it, like the importance of advocacy is like doing it from the best level that you understand, because this world is the same. I always look at it from a perspective, unaona wazazi wetu wameishi maisha yetu, it's the same experiences, just different bodies.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
yeah, I'm listening,
yeah, and then when your parents tell you stuff like, wananiambia nini nimefanya hizo vitu, till you realize you become a parent and your kid does close to the same thing or something somebody has done before. So I feel like if we just normalize talking about it from the best level, because a youth would understand you best. You know.
And you would understand a youth better.
You know. And then like I can't know what old age problems are. You know, or like talk about menopause and mental health, if that even exists, you know. But I feel like I can talk about it from a space where I do understand. I'm better at it, at this perspective. Yeah, that would be my thought on it.
But I do understand one thing. Like there is no such thing as too positive, man. You accumulate that positivity. Because like you look on, like I'll tell you, like you'd say that the rich people, the very rich people in the world, they're unhappy. I mean, they're unhappy. You'd expect them to be unhappy, but that's not the reality of these narratives. Even the people who do the most terrible stuff in the world, you'd think they're not happy, right? But they are. You think, how do you sleep at night? This person sleeps, man. Very soundly, in fact. You know what I'm saying? And you know why? It's because they don't allow negative. I feel like they don't allow negativity to enter into their mind. Anything that is negative is looked at as a challenge to be overcome. It's not their reality. I don't know why it is that we want to live in a world of, make a home of our negativity. You know what I'm saying? Why can't your life be positive to the absolute max? I'm telling you, there's nothing. There'll always be God, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you try to live the most perfect life, you'll never reach God's level. So go for it. You know what I'm saying? Be as positive as you possibly can be, and that's just His telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, be the most positive person you can be, because, man, the other side is the ghetto. You know what I mean? It's a real ghetto. Like real talk. Like, as in, I'll be honest, man. Like, as in, there's nothing better than, you know what I'm saying? It's positive, of course, but you have to think. It's positivity with the consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you have to realize that also being positive, but who am I taking opportunities from? Is it at the expense of the other? You know, there are other factors to consider. But at the end, you know what I'm saying? Think positive, man. It's not a crime.
Alright. As we almost come to the end, before I give you like the chance for summary of the whole conversations we've had from week 1. What's one thing you wish the society understood better about mental health?
The one thing that I wish the society understood better about mental health. Wow. Can I think about it?
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Personally, I hadn't thought about it, but I think mental health is not. I just wish that the stigma would not be there as much. That the stigmatization around it, you know, and like talking about it makes you weak, or having a problem makes you weak, because there's a lot of society perspectives when it comes to how people live their lives. I just wish that would stop, you know, like everybody, because like it's your own life at the end of the day. And yes, there's like a certain way you can't live your life recklessly, you know, but again, society just has a lot of perspectives about stuff, things that you shouldn't do. Unajua. Yes, you should be grounded, but let's just stop all these complications. Like, I think it comes back to mess up with the mental health of a person, or rather of an individual personally. I don't know how unanielewa, but in my mind,
like putting people's, like, as in putting your own expectations on people is counteractive to like good mental health,
because the society doesn't stop. They have an opinion about everything. You know,
that's true.
Yeah, everything. Like, oh, as a man, oh, as a woman, oh, as this and as this and as this. It's just a lot. Yeah, like the society should just embrace the fact that people also live their lives like that, and no, there's no criteria literally. Hii maisha tunaishi tu mara moja, unaelewa? Like there's no really any criteria of living. This is the way to live. Everybody has that. That would be what I'd change, or I'd wish people would understand. So I just back off a little bit and give people time to deal with their shit without pressure that comes with it. Unajua, at this age, at this person, at this whatever, all that bullshit is just too much for me here. Have you thought about an answer? What is it?
I think, like I kind of echo you in terms of like, as in the dream is to live free from the expectations of others and to like max out the entirety of your potential. You know what I'm saying? And then also, like, I think for me also, I hope that people find the kind of help they need. You know what I'm saying? To get them to where they're going, and they're not like, they find their way finally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, for real.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now, as we come to the end of this, what is the future for Brain Campaign?
Okay, this is an awesome question. So first of all, we're doing a launch party.
Okay.
First of all, so this was kind of us doing a government mandated community work protocol. No, I'm joking.
Do you mean that?
No.
After saying people should do it without pay and all that.
No. Okay, so basically what's trying to happen was we're kind of trying to create like the platform, get y'all to know us and stuff. We were introducing ourselves, you know what I'm saying. Myself, I'm an artist, so I'm a member, like, as in there's 3 of us. Okay, so there's Marvin. Marvin is a systems analyst, the tech guru or something of that nature. Our website is going up soon, so you'll see all that information. I've got Trix, Alvin, Macau, who's he's a farmer. He's an agripreneur, and I think he's a community mobilizer. He was based in Nairobi. We're all from the same hood, by the way. And then so we've got Michael Moeba, who's an artist and community builder. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm a creative director, visionary director, part of culture, CEO of Intrinsic and things of that nature. So what happens is, like, as in there was like there's certain stages to our development that were happening. So the first phase was kind of like a call to action. So this is the Brain Campaign. Get on board with us, you know what I'm saying. Anybody who's looking to partner with us, but they will partner with anybody. Even if you're just a bum on the street with some good insight, you're street smart and things of that nature, we'll work with you, you know what I'm saying. As long as, like, as if it fits our end goal, of course. But like when we're on the market for collaborators, na hatu bagui, okay? Yeah, for real. As long as like the end goal is to better minds every day. So basically, what's gonna happen now is we're gonna have a bit of a launch party. We're gonna do a little launch party, mental health themed. So I'm eyeing a weekday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to create these systems of, like, especially like for relaxation, because of like especially like the pressures of working and like the entrepreneurship and 9 to 5 and stuff. So I'm trying to teach people positive ways of unwinding. Okay, so when like in the evening before you go home, so instead of going and drinking, okay, like 6 beers to wait for the traffic to subside or whatever, why don't you go spend time at an art gallery and stimulate yourself mentally and stuff? So like we're trying to stimulate yourself mentally, so look at some art, stimulate your creative mind, go back home like in a mentality to kind of create, and then like kind of just be a better person in general, you know what I'm saying, and save a bit of money. So I'm trying to create parties that are themed around like mental health, of course with aims for, we're looking for partners. We're really on the market for partners to help us, of course with our financial goals, because like these things don't come cheap, fast of all. And then also second is like we're looking for people who can kind of give us direction of where to take it. So yeah, so the second phase is we're gonna be doing the launch parties. We're gonna do a launch party to kind of like announce ourselves, to launch. We're launching our manifesto, a bit like a politician, like kind of like we're gonna explain more or like what it is we intend, because we've got at least like a 5-year plan. If I'm not wrong, yeah man, we've got like a 5-year plan that includes like, you know what I'm saying, community outreach, infrastructure and things of that nature. We want to get a space for ourselves where we can accommodate people and help them, like as in places, a place for therapy where we can host like therapy sessions, where we can also host like as in conversations around mental health. We also want to branch out into media, a bit into media, and like actually like launch this as a platform, so for TV, for radio, and for online and things of that nature. But mostly like we want to become a vehicle for change, especially within the mental health landscape, you know what I'm saying? So we want to find new and innovative ways to broaden, to expand the mental health conversation, you know what I'm saying, so that it can accommodate the future of this continent and hopefully the end of the world, you know what I'm saying. Yeah man.
Alright, so amazing. So personally I want to thank you guys for just like the opportunity of bringing your expertise on my show. It's been really amazing. I've gotten a few insights and a few people coming in to, you know, drop their comments on the show. It's been super amazing. I definitely am a believer of taking care of your health and your mental health. If you can take care of your body, you can take care of how you look like, your aesthetics. I feel like it's really important also to take care of your mind. It's very important. Your mind is your whole vessel, you know, and stuff like that. So it's been an amazing 8 weeks. The insights have been amazing. You've been here all through, you know. We're supposed to do it online sometimes, but you've been here, so it has shown some sort of seriousness, which I definitely do appreciate. And of course I can't wait for more collaborations, literally, you know. I can't really wait for more collaborations. And just to thank the audience, for those who have been dropping their comments, for those who have joined once in a while, we really appreciate you. At the end of the day, you be kind to your mind all day, every day. To Ushauri Wellness, of course it's been amazing having Stella on board. We had this other company. What's the name of this NGO? The one that we had,
Clancy?
What was his name?
He's an AA guy, but Clancy. So we also want to appreciate him and everybody who joined us. It's been amazing. And like the most important thing, and I think because we are now advocates of mental health, is to open more of these conversations, you know. Let it be like a norm. Isikuwe ni tunakujaga tu once in a while. Because October is here. October is the month of mental health. Probably I'll be calling you back, you guys, for like one of those weeks. As now
a whole guest for a week conversation that I'll be having, but I always do collaborate with NGOs the whole month. So it is something that I've always done every year in October. So this year, let's see how it goes. But I really want to appreciate you guys for coming through, and let's change, or let's just be kind to our mind. That would be my closing remarks. What do you have to say?
Okay, from the Brain Campaign, first of all, we're alone.
Yeah.
We're alone in this thing.
Yeah.
But like we're also together. You know what I'm saying? That's actually gonna be my request.
Okay.
Of the song. I know you know that song.
Alright.
We're alone in this, but we're also together. First of all, and then like I think the next thing is it's important. Like I think if I wanna leave, if I leave you with anything, it's like on the value of self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? It's important to understand who you are, like as in completely. You know what I'm saying? To see yourself as you truly intend. You know what I'm saying? And like to stand, you know, to stand before God and man. You know what I'm saying? As you intend. You know what I'm saying? And I pray, and that's my prayer for you. You know what I'm saying? That you stand before God and man as you intend to be seen, and that in that your destiny locates you. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for you know, balance in your life, of course. I'm also praying for like a great level of wisdom. You know, like I hope that you understand that all this is part of like a grand plan. You know what I'm saying? It's all working out for your good. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need to don't sweat the details too much. You know what I'm saying? Don't sweat the bad stuff too much. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta hold on. You know what I'm saying? Just see it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't see it year by year, see it month by month. If you can't see it month by month, see it week by week. If you can't see it week by week, see it day by day. If you can't see it day by day, see it hour by hour. If you can't see it hour by hour, see it minute by minute. If you can't see it minute by minute, see it second by second. The most important thing is to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? And help is on the way. Okay, we love you from the Brain Campaign. It's been a real 8 weeks, yo.
Yeah.
Kind of sad to let this microphone go.
Don't worry, we're still gonna collaborate on more. Can you let people know where they can reach you guys at? Okay,
so this has been the Brain Campaign on the Vibes Show on Black Hot Fire Network.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Special shout out to them. But if you're looking for us on our social media, so what's gonna happen now is we're gonna post up the entire episode brief. So we're gonna give you a rundown of the entire season and give you all the information. That's gonna be available on our Instagram, the Brain Campaign KE. So you can kind of understand what all the conversations were about, and we're gonna do a bit of a recap. We're also going up on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If my editor can be located, Mr. Ringos, if he can be located, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like an episodic recap, so you can get all that stuff, all the links, and also a few clips of the conversation, so you can kind of understand, like, as you get up to date with what we're on. And then, man, look out for us now. Like we're gonna be hitting the trail to promote like the stock or swap meet sponsored by the Brain Campaign. Yeah, that's happening soon. Yeah, man, so look out for that. And also, man, like feel free to reach out to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's at the Brain Campaign KE on Instagram, at the Brain Campaign KE on Facebook. We're on Twitter as well, Brain Campaign KE. And you can like hit us up on WhatsApp, man, on our various WhatsApp and various social media. It's at the Brain Campaign KE, TheBrainCampaign KE. In case you don't know how to spell campaign, right?
All right. You all had it from the source at the Brain campaign. That is where you get to reach them out. For those who have wanted us to connect you to them, that is the place. They're there 24 hours servicing, talking to you, advising and connecting you to the right people if they can't offer those type of services that you might need. But thank you guys so much. That has been it, the end of the first conversation of mental health, Blackout Fire, or rather the Vibe Show collaboration with the Brain campaign. Thank you guys so much. For those who are going to watch this on a replay, kindly let us know your perspectives about the conversations we've had in summary. But that has been our time. What song do you want me to play?
All Alone in This Together by Dave. We're all alone in this together.
Let's see if I can get it real quick. Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. That has been our time. Kindly join Joby in the next week as she comes in with a Pan-African Bliss. And being a Wednesday, we meet on the Tubonge Show. Have a beautiful day ahead. Much love.
1 hour.
Feel the hits. Feel the freshness. I remember when I used to be innocent. Ain't shit changed, I'm a young black belligerent, child of an immigrant, lifestyle frivolous. Round here we keep bad company, couldn't people